Today is the day we've been waiting for.
Leave West Ham alone.
Today is the day we've been waiting for. I said, leave West Ham. It was my business, West Ham. Stamford Bridge will fall. That's my business. I don't have any business. I've left West Ham alone, but I just know that Stamford Bridge is falling today. And a wonderful game is going to be this weekend of football. But again, I still keep traveling to Italy because plenty things are happening. I think Inter Milan wants to send all the academy graduates this year and send them off on loan so that they can come in and be young lads because they have a lot of old players in that team. But good business strategy for them, sending almost all their players on loan and hoping they come back to replace the old legs going out this summer.
Good morning, John.
Yes, good morning to you, Godwin. I start with a quote that says it was a time of hope. It was a time of aspiration. It was also a time of desperation. You know, in a land far away, the destiny of a kingdom rests squarely on the shoulders of a young man named Michael Carrick. A lot of people don't they put hype for the guy's shoulder. The next Ferguson. Mona, calm down.
We hear that for only time.
Mona,
we hear that
down.
for only time. Don't worry.
Before now, only on the wheel. Now, na Carrick on the wheel. Mona, calm down. Simple. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Okay, good. Let's see now. It will be by mouth, but I think for me, I always say that whenever a younger coach takes up a big club, I'm going to support. That's the thing why I supported Amorim, whether it is winning or not winning. I'm going to support them because it's an opportunity for them to grow their career. So hopefully, Carrick will do well at Manchester United. I think all they did well in the first 6 months. That's why they gave him
did a fantastic Champions League quarter-final comeback.
That's why they gave
against
him
PSG.
They gave him that job permanently. But after a while again, things
after 2 years,
things kept happening at his club. Then he was sacked again. So hopefully, Carrick could build a dynasty just like his master Alex Ferguson did when he took over Manchester United in the early in the 1990s. But let's see what happens with him. But Aston needs to play and win well today if they want to maintain that league title that they are chasing. Okay, let me give you the game that will happen today in the Champions League. So I say Champions League.
In the Premier League.
In the Premier League, yeah. So the games happening today in the Premier League. There's no early kickoff today in the Premier League, so all the games will start exactly by 4 p.m. So I don't even know why they don't have early kickoff today in the Premier League, but no Premier League games. No Premier League games. Okay, the games by 4 p.m. Leeds United will play Arsenal by 4 p.m. So it's going to be an interesting game. Wolves will play Bournemouth and Brighton will play Everton. Chelsea will play West Ham at the Bridge by 6:30.
Stamford Bridge is falling down.
Falling down. Today.
That's your plan.
Falling down.
Final game for today is Newcastle. Liverpool will host Newcastle at at Anfield. Then tomorrow games, Aston Villa will play Brentford. Manchester United will play Fulham. Crystal Palace will play Nottingham Forest. Then Spurs will host Manchester City. And on Monday, Sunderland will play Burnley. Interesting game. Okay, let's start with the league leaders. Aston is going away to Leeds. Leeds is a dicey team to play. They have picked up points from bigger teams when they threatened to sack the coach, but he picked up points. But playing against Arsenal just need to win this game. If not, everything will just scatter.
Yeah, Arsenal need to win the game, and Leeds have every incentive to put up a very strong performance against the runaway league leaders, as some people used to call them. So I think Leeds have shown a resurgence in form, a resurgence in performance, because we've also seen them get good results against big teams. And then, of course, there's also this angst amongst Arsenal supporters that they are nervous about the possibility of them winning the Premier League this time around. And I feel like it's not time for them to start pressuring the players, because the pressure is already tough as it is, and they don't need anything stoking the embers of pressure on the team. Rather, I think they need to just allow the team do what they do. They've been doing it for the past how many weeks. The team has given them reasons to believe and have strong faith in what they are going to achieve this season. And I think they should just let the boys do what they do. And then secondly, Arteta should open his eyes and do what he should do, because, it's one thing to insist that things must go your way. But we've seen other people be more adaptable, be more reasonable with their selections, and get better results. So I think he needs to do one better. He cannot afford to drop any points in this game, because that will give extra incentive to the citizens to
And
go
to
and
Aston Villa
annihilate. Yes, of course, Aston Villa as well, because they are two runners up in this race right now, and it could be anybody right now.
Okay, and also what do you see in that
Now,
game?
we're talking about the title contention now, and we're looking at Man City, we're looking at Aston Villa, we're looking at everybody. But I want to give you the table. Now, this is no conspiracy. I want to give you the table as it is if games were being counted by goals scored on open play. Arsenal is 17th on the table in that start. Goals scored during open play. I'm not talking about corner kicks or total goals expected. Set piece goals. That's if you remove all the set piece goals, Arsenal is 17th on the table. That tells you a difference of Arsenal is not scoring as much goals as they need to score during their games. And I'm going to forward that to the creative forces in midfield and the finishing products up front. But that brings me down to Leeds United. I think in their last game they played a 1-1 draw, a 9-minute rescue. It was close. They almost lost that game, but they really let their heads down. I think it was against Everton, and they went on to play and build momentum, and they came back into that game. And we've seen it happen against Liverpool. Though we say Liverpool is not really, they don't really date this season. We've seen it happen against Liverpool. We've seen it happen against other teams. This team learned to build momentum towards the end of the game, and if they can manage to hold you to stalemate and end the game with 70th minute, and they build their momentum and they bring all their pressure, can Arsenal be able to withstand it if this team rises to momentum or rises to the challenge towards the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes of the game? That's the problem. And I've seen Arsenal also concede goals during that era, during that time of the game where you see them. I think they are one of the most teams to concede late goals after Man United and West Ham. They are one of the most teams to concede late goals in the Premier League this season. So it's beginning to have a lot of question mark about. I don't want to talk about title race again, but it's beginning to have a lot of question mark if Arsenal can see every game through. If teams like this, because we've seen it happen in a couple of games before, the own goal specialists, the everything. If teams can continue to just put pressure on Arsenal, there's a problem for them. But in this one, Daniel Farke, you know what to do.
I think one more thing, Godwin, just to wrap it up. I think Arsenal should have a little bit of reassurance coming into this game, because I don't think there's any team in the EPL that has lost points from a winning position like Leeds. They've lost 15.
Yeah.
15. So it presents an exciting encounter, because Arsenal know that even if these guys go one goal up, they can pressure them and get something from the game. But I think the most
15
important
points
thing
from a
is
winning position is just 5 games, so it's not that much.
it's 5 games. 5 games is enough for it to be in
But
relegation.
how many points have they gotten from losing position? That's what you should also calculate.
Just 7.
You get
So it's still,
which means they
it's
can
still,
manage to get a draw.
it's still out there. 7 points, maybe from a draw, one win and a couple of draws. So it's
From a
still up
losing
for
position,
the
they
taking.
fight and get a draw, and they share the point, and that's it.
The good thing is, on the opposite side, Arsenal have dropped only 5 points from a winning position and gained 9 from a losing position.
Arsenal, once they go front, they defend well. So apart from the game that they dropped against Manchester United, I can't remember 2 games. I think Manchester United and Sunderland, they were winning. That's the 5 points they dropped from just those 2 games. So that's the only point they dropped from winning position. But let's see, Arsenal, they are strong. They are strong. They are actually first in every single competition. In the Champions League, they finished first. In the Carabao Cup, they beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. They had the 1 foot in the finals. In the FA Cup, they are going to obviously beat Wigan or whoever they are.
It will surprise you.
Then in the Premier League, they are still 5 points ahead of Arsenal. They have an opportunity to win today. If they win today, City goes away today. They're going to play Spurs tomorrow away. So it's going to be a nice game for City. City actually has Spurs away and Liverpool at Anfield. So this is an opportunity for Arsenal to win their games.
Open up the gap again.
Yes, open their games and hope that these 2 things will help them probably get a draw or win Manchester City. But it's going to be Leeds versus Arsenal today by 4 p.m. Let's get your prediction for that game. Leeds, who wins?
I think a draw.
A draw. Yeah. Okay, no, so.
No, I said a draw. Leave John will support her. John will say they should beat Man City.
Okay.
Draw, please.
Draw.
If I don't know this, Arsenal will win. Arsenal will win. But this draw, this guy. So if they play draw now, and City did not get enough points that they need, it will not be, I'm focused on my game. And Not lie. Arsenal for the
You
win.
know, I was telling John when you play, I was explaining to him, you cannot say you are focused on
On your game. You will also press calculator for other
If
people.
everybody focuses on their game
Eh?
and win,
You know why I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered because towards the ending of this month, Arsenal have 4 games against top teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
They can
even
survive
if
it.
we drop
That's what
points,
I'm
yeah,
saying. It's your
you
turn.
will still get your own
It's your
turn.
turn
You
to
go
play.
reach
Yeah,
everybody.
So now it's not okay. So
You
but you
go
want to
reach
settle for
everybody.
draw so that in case if you lose, the
No,
point
it's
margin
not
no go
about
big.
me losing though. I'm winning my game.
Okay.
Supposed to
QED.
beat you.
Let's see.
You see this weekend?
This
I'll
I'm
come
winning
on
my
Monday and
game.
laugh.
QED.
This United will play Arsenal by 4 p.m. Okay, let's talk about other 4 p.m. games. Wolves to play Bournemouth. Who wins that game?
I'm going to go Bournemouth.
Andoni don't do well, but a draw.
A draw.
Wolves have only lost 1 game in 2026 out of 6
Yeah.
games they've played this year. They've only lost
But
1
they are
game.
going to relegate.
They are going to relegate, no doubt about it, but a draw in this one.
Okay, Brighton will play Everton in the other game. Who wins?
I love
Brighton.
both managers, but draw.
Okay, draw too. Okay, let's talk about the London derby. It's Chelsea versus West Ham at the Bridge. Just has a new coach and he has been doing well. Apart from the game that he lost to Arsenal, he has actually gotten points from all the other games. Now he has an opportunity to play a West Ham without Paqueta, who has went back to Brazil.
In 80
Guess
million or nothing.
Guess what?
In-
30 million are still money.
Yeah,
And he's been a
Na so.
Paqueta is a fantastic player, but I think this season so far he's been a shadow of his old self.
no problem.
You
But
get-
people
but
have
again,
lost a fantastic player. But
Wonderful
Chelsea,
player, yeah.
Chelsea is building. Chelsea needs to win this
I'm also
game.
building now.
Why
They are
Chelsea
not
needs to-
building anything.
Why
2 matches in a week
why
win.
Chelsea needs to win this game is that they are out of the top 4 already.
Mm.
So they must win to keep that. You know, the momentum is with Manchester United,
Yeah.
and Liverpool is somewhere just 2 points behind them. So everybody is trying to struggle for that top 4. Maybe the top 3 and maybe has probably moved ahead to an extent. Arsenal, Manchester City and Aston Villa have given them a little bit of gap between them and 4th. People are struggling with 4 positions. So every other person needs to win. Liverpool needs to win. Chelsea needs to keep winning. And again, Manchester United for to finish in that top 4. But it's going to be an interesting game now. So your team going away to Chelsea.
East meets West. East go always win.
And so.
Because the sun will always rise.
Tell me what
In the
happened
East.
in the World War, man.
Yeah?
The West one.
The
So
West did
please
not
don't
win.
give
Leave
me
that thing. The sun always rises in the East. In this one, East will always win. We lost against Chelsea. If you look at the I think game week 23 of the Premier League was a reverse picture of game week 1. And the opposite was the case. Game week 1, Liverpool was beating somebody 4-1. They were losing in the next game 3-2. You get in the first game of the week season, we're beaten by Sunderland 3-0. Second game, I beat them 3-1. So it's just a reverse picture of the game week 1, and we can say that momentum has built so much on the West Ham end that you brought in a couple of players. Now we're letting some players go. James Ward-Prowse is leaving for Burnley, which means I'm going to collect points from Leeds United because definitely it's only Burnley will not play against me. Burnley is going to play against Leeds United next, but James Ward-Prowse to Burnley, Paqueta to Flamengo. I think he's just been a child of his old self. James has been on the bench after going on loan to Nottingham Forest. Coming back, he's been on the bench so far. Mangasa is being hunted, or perhaps he's been scouted by Florentina. So I have many of the players leaving this January, but I just feel like if we can keep some of these players together and play the way we played in the last couple of games, Chelsea not quick. But again, Chelsea is a very good side. Their midfield alone can buy my full 11 at the moment. But I just feel like if we played the way we played against Tottenham, the way we played against Sunderland, if we can play like that against Chelsea, it's up for the taking. 3 points.
Okay, John.
Yeah, all I just have to go back and say is the last fixture before this was a 5-1
5
drubbing.
something. I know. Sunderland said
In your own home.
that's what I'm saying. Bridge is falling down.
In your own home.
Sunderland beats me in the first leg as well. 3-0. What happened in the reverse picture?
In the last 3
And
games, you haven't won these
5.
guys. In the last 3 games,
But before then,
you
I beat
haven't
them
won
one
these
away.
guys, bro. I'm just
No,
calling the
that's what I'm
facts.
saying. I'm
So
not
for all
saying.
your talk about blah 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 and parlez-vous français or whatever you want to do, or voulez-vous coucher, whatever, is not is not holding water. You and Chelsea, both of them don't lose 15 points from a winning position. So don't come in here and come and
I'm not
like
saying
you're
we're
going to
better
whatever. You're not going to
see,
one up Chelsea.
John, I'm not saying.
You're not going to one up Chelsea.
Yes.
It's the bridge, bro. You're
Yes.
going to collect again.
And the bridge has fallen multiple times this season.
You will still collect
You
again.
get me? The bridge has fallen multiple times this season.
Same with your own stadium, bro.
See, I'm not saying I'm the best team or the better team than Chelsea. You understand? Like I said, there's a pattern in which momentum builds. Before the season start, before the first half of the season ended, I told you about momentum building in Party Wanderers. If you remember vividly, I told you about momentum building in the first game against Manchester United. I told you about momentum building towards the end of the season when they played against Arsenal. I said if they continue with this momentum build, they are going to be somewhere different in the next season. And what happened? Season starts. Sorry, our season never starts. January start, they don't play unbeaten so far. Now let's see they lose to. So this, I'm telling you that there's a shift in momentum. I'm not saying I don't talk about the Chelsea team because the Chelsea team have all the players they need. They also need to use defender. And Jaffet, Abidakot. They also need a new defender, a good player at that. They've brought in multiple additions. They've changed the system. Now, before, you used to see, what's it called? Maresca play a narrow front three with the fullback playing wide. Now, this man is saying, no, we want our wingers to play as wingers, create the chances, spread out the defenders. So I'm just saying, this is a Chelsea team who is a very good team against a West Ham team who is building momentum.
There is no momentum for you.
You understand?
At the bridge, you will see now.
It's as simple as that. West Ham versus Chelsea, we are going to the bridge to scatter one part of the bridge.
It's fighting for their life. If they lose this one, then that mark of relegation will be probably
stamped.
It will not be stamped now because Leeds United is playing against Arsenal.
Yeah, Leeds United is playing against
Nottingham Forest is playing against another pool.
Okay, they're playing Crystal Palace. Okay, but let's see. Chelsea is going to play West Ham by 6:30 today. They need to win. Both teams need to win. West Ham needs to win this game
to escape battle.
To escape the relegation battle. For Chelsea, they have to win if they want to play Champions. But it's going to be somehow if they play Champions League this season and play Europa League next season.
And not win any of them.
That means if they don't win the Champions League, or if they win the Champions League, irrespective of where they finish on the table, they will now play the Champions League next season. So it's going to be a dicey thing for Chelsea. They need to win. At least you cannot hope that you can win the Champions League. Now, this one you see.
Chelsea, you know what's going to happen? Lose this one. I support you to win Champions League.
Okay.
Maybe you get confident. Why you
lose this one? I support you to win Champions. I know they beg.
You dey beg.
I go still beat Chelsea.
You dey beg.
No, I don't need to have to position. Both of you are on the same both side of the.
You go collect.
You know
Chelsea
who
will wipe you. You know what's up.
The thing is, I cannot tell you I will win, but I'll tell you I cannot lose.
See, if Chelsea don't win this game, you guys will not finish top 10 this season. Mark my words.
Chelsea will not finish top 10.
Yes.
So what's happened now?
Don't worry.
Okay. The other game that will happen today, the last game for today by 9 p.m. is Liverpool will play Newcastle. It's a dicey game for both teams. If you look at that game, injuries are still Liverpool still have a lot of injuries. Isaac is still out. Frimpong now got injured and he's out now for about a couple of weeks. So injuries. But apart from that injuries, they are not even playing well. Salah is back. He's been playing. He's trying to manage his players, but even for Mbet, he's started scoring these days. So hopefully he will continue. But they are not picking up points. That's the problem. They are losing.
It's concerning though.
Yes, I think they drew against Burnley at Anfield. The last game they played too, so they kept.
They lost last game.
They lost against Bournemouth.
Bournemouth 3-2.
They dropped
9 minutes.
They dropped
2 points.
Yeah,
they drew at Burnley went to lose at Bournemouth.
Yeah, so they have been dropping points steady. I don't even understand what is happening to Slot. And even though that the rumors is that if he does not do well, they might sack him and bring in Alonso in the summer. But he's going to finish this season. Let's see where he's going to finish. But if he finishes outside the top four, I don't think he can stay on his job. So he needs to win Newcastle somehow to retain his job. But it's going to be a good game, also.
It's going to be a very tough game because Liverpool, we don't know what to see. At the moment, I just said, I've told you what the problem is at Liverpool. Trying to change a system. A system worked for you last season. You want to throw it into the trash and bring in a different new system with the new additions of players coming in. That's what's wrong with Liverpool at the moment. Frimpong is not a left back or right back. He's a right wing back, which means he likes to attack those spaces. And when he attacks those spaces, the defenders in his place don't have the pace to cover up. Talking about Van Dijk, but people just outrun Van Dijk these days. So with Frimpong going further up and Keke is going further up, and Roberts is also looking at a possibility of leaving the club. With these two fullbacks playing as wing back position, he exposes the defensive position and very much not tracking deep enough to cover the midfield line. He exposes the defensive line and exposes them to different to a lot of amount of goals. So I feel like if you can just tweak it a little, conserve the way you conserved last season. We know you want to play with a creative midfielder, you want to play with many people attacking, but just conserve more. You get watch out for the defensive traps and hope they don't break those traps, those offside traps and all of that. You can at least rescue the season and get a win out of every game.
For me, one of the most important things coming into this game is that Liverpool need to get it right. This one that 1 week you are playing gap or forward in the Champions League, you come and play Ekitike. It's not working. Until you have credible squad depth. That's credible squad depth. 1 or 2 or 3 players that can play in that position and hold that position down. Please leave Ekitike up there, otherwise your job is on the line. Simple and short. I don't like the way you come and mix up players. Gakpo is not somebody that's been phenomenal since coming to Liverpool. Let's come out and call it as it is. High flying, yes, in the Eredivisie. High flying, yes, for the national team. But at Liverpool, he's been bang average, man. Simple and short. So please, play Ekitike in his position. Coming back to that defense now, what worked in the Champions League may not work in the Premier League. You can't come and tell me that you're going to play Gravenberg and Van Dijk in the centre-back position. It worked in the Champions League, yes, but you are playing Karabakh. This is Newcastle. You are playing in the Premier League. Newcastle also held a formidable Paris Saint-Germain side to a 1-1 draw. So in this game, please play your pieces where they should be. I will still come back and say that if Gakpo is not firing on that left, rather than playing Florian Wirtz in that left position, please play the young Ngomoha, because he's the only one who seems to be playing for the badge out there. Play the young Ngomoha in his position. Play what's his name now? Florian Wirtz behind the striker or Szoboszlai there, and bring Wirtz on in the second half. Clearly that experiment with that player is not working. Play someone there that can deliver for you, and then please show up the way the backline works. If you are going to play with attacking fullbacks in a game, that means somebody from that midfield has to drop back into the defense to show up the numbers. You can't have what happened against the other team, against Bournemouth, where what's his name now? Van Dijk is blaming the wind for his inability to clear the ball away.
Now, I think the problem at Liverpool currently is squad depth. I think the problem at Liverpool currently is squad depth, because come on, we know these players are burnt out. Gravenberch plays basically almost every game. You get, there's an Endo Wataru who probably I don't know where they throw that one go, but he's just there or thereabouts.
That's Slot's version of freezing player. That player out.
There's a Curtis Jones who's been coming in there sometimes and doing well. There's a Harvey Elliott who was at some point doing well when coming off from the bench, but now he's been sent off on loan. So the squad depth at Liverpool is a problem, because if Salah doesn't play, you have a Federico Chiesa on the right. That's on the right. If on the left, if slow motion Gakpo didn't play, you don't have another person playing in that position except you force Robertson or Florian Wirtz to play in that position, which I feel like Liverpool sold so much that they had to. I think this season
they haven't replaced Luis Diaz.
No, you don't need to, because at some point last season I feel like Gakpo was even getting the job done at some point last season. So his numbers were not up there. Like even Diaz all the hype now, his numbers don't really did that great.
Bro, go check that team, man. Don't give me that. Go and check that team. Don't give me that. Go and check that team. Go check that team.
No, you check it. His numbers were not that great.
Oh wow.
You get all of those players we keep on hyping, and numbers were not that great. Even the likes of
Diaz's number was not that great. What do you mean by that?
You get their numbers were not that great, but they have at least, let's say, an okay number. But squad depth this season has been a problem for Liverpool, because if players are not available, who takes on that mount, who takes on that position? We're talking about attacking midfield position for Liverpool, and we know the only person that can play in that position currently, or perhaps anytime for that team, was either Harvey Elliott with Gravenberch and McAllister behind him, or Szoboszlai around him. So it was like a 4-2 players up front, and Salah and any other person up front.
I'll keep blaming Liverpool is that one,
they had all the money.
So he decided to spend on just 2 players. Almost 250 million pounds, more than 250. You spent it on 2 players, so it's if you are lacking squad depth, it's their fault. So and they saw somebody like Elliott and all that was actually doing well. Like
that should have been helping out now. So, yes,
I think they planned the squad well. You don't plan with just first 11. You have to plan for Arsenal. Arsenal have suffered. Well, you will learn on the job. Arsenal have suffered injuries for the 2 seasons in a row. They went this season and bought everybody has a replacement in that team. That's
simple.
It's so much that some people like Nogga doesn't.
And again, see, I will not totally fault Liverpool, because if you look at this conversation now, you buy as you go. You don't come into the season on your first transfer window, you want to buy everybody's replacement.
Yes, why would you look and spend more than 250?
That's what I'm saying. They bought for signing goals, because they scored many goals last season. So they bought for signing goals.
Your prediction for that game?
First and foremost, Liverpool for the win. First and foremost, 20 GA last season for Liverpool. Name me one player in that team now that has achieved half this season. One player in this team that has achieved half. Luis Diaz. This season, he has eclipsed that number for Bundesliga. So don't give me that. Liverpool for the win.
Eze has at least 20 goals GA in Premier
One
League.
player in this squad, this Liverpool squad. Don't give me that.
And like I said,
you cannot lose players that give you 50% of your productivity up forward and not replace them and tell me that they were not that great. What do you mean by that, man?
They were not that great.
I disagree with you.
His numbers were not that great.
Oh, wow.
Leave that in.
You get anybody will get that number for your team last season and this season? You don't get.
I get Jared Bowen. Go check his numbers.
Aston Villa will play Brentford tomorrow. Who wins in that game?
Aston Villa. All the way, all day, every
Draw,
day.
please.
Keith Andrews has done well, but still Aston Villa can do it.
Okay, Nottingham Forest will play Crystal Palace. Who wins?
Palace, please.
He said it all.
Palace.
He knows where my heart is.
Yeah, because he wants them to keep losing so that you qualify. But
I go to qualify. I go beat Chelsea.
The big boys, Manchester United is a big boy now. So let's say after 2 games beating Manchester City and Arsenal, so now they are part of the big boys in the Premier League. So they play Fulham at Old Trafford. These are another test because they pick up points from big teams, but where they actually struggled a lot. Everybody struggled a lot when we pick up teams points from these teams that they're supposed to win comfortably. That's where the problem of Manchester United has been with the Hag. So at some point the Hag was even beating City. Getting points from Arsenal and Chelsea. But the problem is that after beating these big boys, they come and play Sunderland and they will lose at home or drop points or somewhere. So they have an opportunity to make it 3 in a row. I can't remember the last time. In fact, I'm very sure that Amon did not win 3 Premier League in a row in his one year plus at Manchester United.
Yeah, he won 2 in a row, but he didn't do 3 in a row.
And he did it once.
I think he did 3 in a row.
He did
no.
He did 3 in a row.
It wasn't Premier League.
Yes, he did 3 in a row once.
It wasn't Premier League.
I remember it was when he broke that 2 games. Everybody was rejoicing, and he did it only once.
Yeah, that's only once now.
Only once, but Carrick has the opportunity to do it 2-3 games in a row for the first time with Manchester United in over 2 years.
It's not going to happen today. So for all of you that's why I started with saying it was a time of hope. It was a time of aspiration. It was also a time of desperation. So we are about to get to the desperation side now, which is a loss against Fulham at home and a couple of other results going against them in this encounter and other encounters. Fulham look a resurgent side.
It's not a national anthem for us. Man United can go up against any big 6 and put up a fantastic performance and come out with an unscratched result, like come out with 3 points, come out with a draw and celebrate it, and all of a sudden they just go back to the smaller teams and share the point. I feel like the problem with Manchester United so far this season is the inability to break down smaller teams. Once this team has low block, they have issues breaking down those teams. We've said it before. We said it during Amorim's time, and it feels like it wasn't okay. That's because it's Amorim. I said it here during Amorim's time. If you have more of the possession against Manchester United, you're losing that match. If Manchester United has more of the possession better than you, Manchester United is losing that match. Now, against Carrick and City, we saw it. City had more of the possession and they lost. Arsenal, on the other hand, had more of the possession and they lost. So, against Fulham, will Fulham relinquish the possession to Manchester United?
Let me tell you how that happens. This is your theory. This theory it means that the opponent that they played is
has more
than they're better than them. So, normally they will have to reserve and play Rotterdam, but this time against Fulham, they have to attack Fulham. So it's like they have switch position.
Now that's what I'm saying.
And hit on the attack.
That's what I'm saying. Will they be able to break down low block teams? We've seen it happen in Chelsea, where I said it that Maresca's team cannot even with the Obama's.
It's not even Chelsea. It's Liverpool because Slot cannot even figure out how to break that
low block teams. At least see the worst that is Slot still manages to score multiple goals during those games and concede multiple goals as well. That's the problem with Slot. But Manchester United and Chelsea cannot score at all. Like if you count the goals, the goal average they score against low block teams is very terrible. So it's against Fulham now. We want Carrick to succeed at Manchester United. Everybody wants Carrick to succeed at Manchester United. The hype will be singing of Carrick. We sang it for Ole. We sang it for Mourinho. We sang it for Louis van Gaal. At some point, we sang it for David Moyes. He didn't last a year on the job. Van Gaal, Mourinho.
The truth about
so
this
Eric
guy.
Ten Hag was even worse. We sang heavy songs for them, but At the end of the day, even Amore, what he did at Sporting, at the end of the day, what happened?
If for me, as I said, if they can see progress with him, even if the result doesn't come immediately, but they can see results, they will have to build with him, because you can't keep doing this. How many coaches remember you for hire? But if they can,
they are waiting for Luis Enrique.
Yeah, if for example, if Carrick is producing the style of play, he is maintaining it, but probably you can see they are playing well, but they lost this game. We can see progress. I think he should stay, but I'm rooting for him too. Hopefully he get all the 3 points. But I have my brothers Chukwueze, Basi,
and boys.
The
boys.
3 Musketeers in Fulham. If they play well, let them win. Any team can win for me. I don't have a problem. Okay, let's say a prediction for that game: Manchester United and Fulham. Who wins?
Fulham, please.
Draw.
Fulham 3-1.
A draw.
Okay, let's see. Okay, the other big game that will happen tomorrow is Spurs. Tottenham will play Manchester City. If Aston wins, the Aston fans will be glued to their TV for tomorrow's game, because they are. I think it's last year or 2 seasons ago. I remember that game when City we were challenging for the title. City went to Spurs, and I think they lost that. Spurs lost that game 2-1 or something. Where some missed that 1-on-1 and fell on the ground. So Aston again will be hoping that their North London neighbours will do them a favour. But no, so it's going to be a big game for City. They just have to win this game.
Now, see, City are in pole position right now to close that point gap to what is called. But again, we know that Arsenal is going to extend it today to back to 7 back to 7. Then City are in pole position to close it back to 4. And chase them and put pressure on them, because it's not just City, it's Aston Villa and many other people. People are even, my fans are even saying Manchester United is also in the title race, because they have just 1 game a week to play. So they say, not me, they say. We've seen them say something like that.
Man.
But City against Tottenham is going to be a very tough game. Tottenham really, they pick points, drop points. It's like we go here and pick points. We go to the Champions League and pick maximum points. We come to the Premier League and share it. Okay. And Tottenham, I think right now Thomas Frank is in a very, very hot situation. He's in a very, very hot seat. A very hot seat. And he's looking for a way to get out of that hot seat. And I think City will be a scapegoat, because we've seen City crumble in games towards the end of the game. And Thomas Frank and his team, they usually get goals towards the end of the game.
The problem is that the people you are rooting for, they crumble, die.
No, see, understand this thing. Tottenham Hotspur are one of the teams that have scored the most goals in the last 10 minutes of games this season. You get? Now, if City cannot score up to 2 goals before that time, before 78th minute, and Tottenham pick their form then and score 2, it's over for City.
This form you are talking about Spurs. That Spurs, all of us, they look at this.
Now he says,
don't worry, my own now Monday is coming.
Understand that? No, understand.
By Monday they play.
I'm not telling you.
Go know how far all these ginger now will not be silence.
I'm telling you that
on Monday.
This is how this team plays. This is what these teams work on.
Okay,
this is the foundation this team is rested on.
John,
I'm not telling you that they will come and blow City out of the water.
John, what do you think about this game now?
Just to be dispassionate about this game, I think is a win for me.
Oh, okay.
Not because I'm the best, not because I have the best form, but because I have everything to win, everything to prove. I have 4 titles to contend for, and I have to contend for all of them. And then, like I said, it's always about the game that is with us today, not about tomorrow's game. It's about today's game. So that's what it is.
Okay, as finally, Spurs will play City in the final game for tomorrow. On Monday, we'll talk about Sunderland and Burnley. So let's see who wins this Premier League. It's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. February is always where all the games,
thrills and spills.
Champions League. If you lose, if you can actually hold on to the lead throughout February, you have an opportunity to win. They're talking about Arsenal, so they are still in all competition, but this competition can just fly away in a thing with just a blink of an eye.
One draw and a loss.
Little star, you don't go.
You can just crash out from Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, lose points, City will take over, losing the Champions League, and everything will die just in 2 weeks. So, but I think Arsenal fans has hope. City fans too will probably try and win this league. But it's going to be an interesting weekend of football in the Premier League. So for me, let the best team win. If any best team that plays well, let them win. Okay, let me give you the features of the La Liga before we start taking phone calls. Okay, before that, let's read some of the comments on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at both FM Sports. And Lion here is saying Doku injury will cost City the league. Okay, Jeremy Doku is better than that overrated checking. I think John would agree with that.
I disagree with you
I
a
know.
thousand times.
Cheki and Doku.
Yes,
Okay,
now.
Farouk is here. Farouk is saying no. So I think you need Gittins in your team. Tell Rosinio to sell it to Ham. Him go do well for Una. Okay.
I would rather take Adama Traore anytime, any day than that Jamie Gittins.
Okay, Nonso here, Chukwu Nonso is here. Say good morning, everyone in the studio. Please, guys, I'm running 1-3 straight in a row this season against Sunderland, Liverpool, and Brighton.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
remember
He
that.
won
Yes.
3 games in a row, just once.
Okay, before drawing against Nottingham Forest. Okay, yes, true. I remember that game. Okay, Emeka Michael is saying, okay, good morning, guys, in the studio. Manchester United is going to shock everybody by taking all 3 points from Fulham, and they are going to make it 3 games without a loss. This time around, a new Manchester United with Michael Carrick piloting the affairs. There is something you guys have noticed about Manchester United. You guys have not spoken or spoke about the choice of Michael Carrick assistant, the same man that has worked with former
England manager. Yes.
He has worked with Jose Mourinho and Conte.
Not be Steve Holland.
So many great coaches. Yeah. So
nothing they knew.
To respond to you, Steve Holland has worked with great coaches, but he doesn't have a major trophy because that has Southgate.
How many jobs when you don't get outside?
Assistant. That's what I'm saying. Assistant now. As assistant, he go get major trophy. Now he go still collect medal. As assistant, when he was working with Southgate, now final he go winner.
Okay, in the Spanish La Liga games for today, yesterday's game, one game yesterday, Alaves went away to Espanyol to beat them 2 goals to 1. For today, Oviedo will play Girona, Osasuna will play Villarreal, Levante will play Atletico Madrid, Elche will host Barcelona by 9 p.m. It's going to be an interesting game. For tomorrow's game, 2 p.m., Real Madrid will play Rayo Vallecano.
Arbeloa.
Yes, Real Betis will play Valencia. Getafe will play Celta Vigo. Athletic Bilbao will host Real Sociedad. Then on Monday, Mallorca will play Sevilla. Let's get a prediction for Elche versus Barcelona. Who wins?
FCB spelling Elche.
No, so who wins?
No brainer.
1-1.
1-1.
When last FCB play 1-1?
You go see her.
For Real Madrid game, who wins in that game?
Hala Madrid!
A shock.
Arbeloa. You say I take day on 2 standard. I shout Hala Madrid because he call your name.
Okay. Let's move over to the Serie A. One game yesterday in the Serie A. Lazio beat Girona 3 goals to 2. For today's game, Pisa will play Sassuolo. Napoli will play Fiorentina. Cagliari will play Verona. For tomorrow's game, Torino will play Lecce. Como will play Atalanta. So that one's going to be a big one. Camoranesi will host Inter Milan. Parma will play Juventus. Then on Monday, Udinese will play Roma, and Bologna will play AC Milan on Tuesday. So
I've got my eye on Inter Milan.
Inter
Milan will win, but the match I'll be focused on tomorrow in the Serie A is going to be AC Milan versus Bologna. Last season, these people shocked us by 9-minute goals. They come back against AC Milan in 2 different occasions.
Well, that game will happen on Tuesday, so
this week. I know this game week I'm having my eye on that one, but Inter Milan for the win.
Okay, draw. Let's see. So just quick transfer news. Mateta is going to leave Crystal Palace. He is going to
medicals is booked today. Today Saturday medicals.
So let's hope that he's going to do well. He wanted to leave. He is going to leave. We already told you that Fenerbahce and Atlanta is still negotiating for Lookman for 40 million euros. So let's see if that deal will pull through. I don't even like it, but probably just wants to leave that place and go to another place. We already told you that Paqueta have signed for Flamingo. He has moved from West Ham to Flamingo for 42 million euros. So hopefully he is going to do very well. There is a talk with Inter Milan and Liverpool for Jones.
Yeah, because it's
Jones. But let's see if that one will go through. So
if that one goes through, where the depth won't come down for the team?
I think they are
still shredding the team down rather than bringing in reinforcements.
Like we say, Liverpool is still looking for. Everybody is saying Ancelotti is on the what's it call him? Is at the door. Is to make us kick him out and bring in somebody else.
Okay.
But I'm just looking at him. They are looking at the way of making this team his team properly.
Okay.
You have to sell some players.
Okay, the Marseille coach that everybody was rumored that is going to resign.
Manchester United.
He did not resign again. He's saying that he's going to stay at Marseille
and win the Champions League.
The Zabi, which Champions League, he's been knocked out already. So he's going to stay at Marseille. until his contract ends. That's what he said. Fermin Lopez has signed a new contract with Barcelona till
Release clause now don't turn 1 billion.
2021. So all of them are getting that kind of release clause. Okay, let's start taking phone calls. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your own contribution or your own prediction for this weekend's Premier League games. The number to call again is 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's take the first call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. Name and location, please.
My guy.
All right. You're con-
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bishop.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm?
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm. All right. They got FULHAM. All right. Thank you very much. All right.
Mm.
We change.
All right. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay.
I like how you just end. I said maybe after. I'll give you the form for West Ham to support West Ham.
No,
On another side defender, just one defender. On a one celebrate person. Sterling don't come out for the club. The Sassy is living on loan. And trust me, I'm not coming to sign him. He's living on loan. I'm not paying. I think West Ham had a player from Brighton on loan last time out. Igor. I don't want now. I don't want.
All right. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. 0706.
You remember the guy we signed from Brighton the other time? The defender.
048
Didn't play any match for us.
53. Yeah, he's back to Brighton.
He's back to Brighton.
Yeah, he's back to Brighton. I don't understand that transfer even said. Well,
Igor.
Two coaches came in and did not play him, so it's his fault. If two coaches don't like him, it's his fault.
I've told you, Mavropados is just him.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Name and location, please. Okay, your Okay. Oh.
We go know after the game. We go know.
I think the first goal for your corner.
Yeah.
I think the
Chelsea that world champions, so no go there. Thank you very much. All right,
Hmm.
thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Okay.
You know, I remember the last.
I don't
I think the
I
first
don't
time.
this
I
guy.
dey pity Leroy. You know,
I think the
wetin
first-
is up. It's
I
fine.
think the first time and the only time Gyökeres scored a brace in the Premier League this season
He's
was
against
against Leeds
Leeds.
United.
Yes.
The game where he scored 1 goal and 1 penalty. Again, I think this again is going to be a reverse fixture that is going to have a lot of question marks about what the performance is going to be for both teams.
Okay, let's see what is going to happen in that game. For Arsenal, they need to actually find a way to beat Leeds. If not, everywhere goes scatter. If they don't they keep dropping points and City keep winning.
Just beat Leeds for me. Just beat Leeds for me.
Remember, City actually dropped points in early of the season, early 2026, and after they didn't capitalize with it. But let's see. Okay, 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Your contribution. World champion. Mm-hmm. 20-something years. The Premier League one. You don't take.
Last night, this is trophyless. Okay.
Abi? Hello? Hello? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. Chelsea, if they're going to win today. I'm rooting for every team. Yeah, I support everything. If you play well, just win. If you play well, I don't even mind who is going to win this league, but just play well. And with my own is that let Rangers International just play.
Just win league.
Just win league. Make I go see front with that one. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Name and location. Good morning to you. Name and location, please. Okay, your contribution, please. Oh, there's no really a major need for money transfer, but tomorrow is the final day, right?
Mm-hmm. Deadline day.
But I don't think Manchester United is signing anybody for.
They are just the thing is there's plenty talk about scouted players for Manchester United, Diomande, midfielders.
Let him play with this one. Let him play after this
Summer
summer.
is not wise to make
I think they wanted to rush into the market after they lost 10 weeks of Dogu being out. They wanted to rush into the market, but again, the board said they should just relax on it.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
To you. Good morning. All right. I'll see your contribution. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we keep going this way. Maybe us probably finishing second, or maybe even going ahead to carry the league at the end of the day. We don't know. Just our fingers crossed and see what happens. But I know that United is going to 3 months in the back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, and this is going to be our last caller for the MPFL. There are 3 games tomorrow in the MPFL. Enyimba will play Bayelsa. The Enugu Rangers will host here in the Cathedral by 4 p.m. We will play Kano Pillars tomorrow. The Remo Stars, Remo Stars will play Plateau. So for Rangers, hopefully we are going to get all 3 points. We lost our last game, and they keep doing this their way.
Especially when the league leaders lose points, and we should be picking up points.
We need to picking up points. Even if you don't win the league, let's just finish maybe second or third and play continental. Third is the least, because if you finish fourth, people.
Godwin, if you finish second, you play Champions League playoff.
Even
if you crash out of Champions League playoff, you play Confederation Cup playoff. So don't finish third, because if you lose out of Confederation Cup playoff, you're off.
I think let them just play continental football tomorrow.
We want to see them in the group stage.
Yeah, that's the thing. But let's see what happens with them. Hopefully, they are going to win Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars are struggling, and the MPFL, they are even trying to not to relegate. So, but let's see if Rangers will capitalize on that and win and get all 3 points tomorrow at the Cathedral here in Enugu. Thank you for being part of today's show. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Monday we are back, but this weekend we'll be dropping analysis of all the games on our YouTube channel on at Volt FM Sports. You can always go there. Please subscribe when you go there. Thank you very much. See you guys on Monday. My name is Godwin. Have a wonderful weekend.
104.3 FM, where music meets the world.